right, everybody, it's the Working Fans Podcast with the man they call Dave, AJ Strangebrew. I think we have the biggest wrestling 5-3-1 we've ever done before.
Yeah, people reacted to this. It just shows me the sexism that we have because nobody reacted to who are the top prospects of women wrestlers in the world. But, who's the top babyface? Here comes everyone.
Well, it could be women, too, to be fair. We got Joshua Jager. He's got Adam Page, Josh Alexander. We got Big E. We got Sammy Guevara. And we got Trey Miguel. While AJ's taking notes of this a little bit, I want to add...
Trey Miguel.
Okay, hold on. I want to add some context to some of these lesser names that we won't hear off. And Trey Miguel is one of them. A lot of fire in Trey Miguel. This guy, to me, part of Little Rascals. He's come out
Love
here.
Trey Miguel.
Not the Little Rascals, but he was part of the Rascals at Impact. He's got some fire. Now, I know what AJ's...
Absolutely.
Problem here is he a top babyface? We're thinking top eight. We're thinking of one of
even the top babyface in his own freaking company.
I mean, yeah, like Josh. I didn't say about Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander might be the top babyface. Yeah, and I want to say, like, I mean, generally we're looking for WWE, AEW, but
dude, I don't care if you want to go with the smaller promotions, but if you're gonna do that, pick your top babyface in that promotion.
We got Pants Ortega, who's got Cody Rhodes, Pentagon Jr., L.A. Park, Chris Jericho, and Psycho Clown.
Chris Jericho's got a chance here. Cody Rhodes gets booed more than the top heels in his own promotion.
I want to comment on this, though, because this is a heavy luchador list, and obviously this guy's watched a lot of wrestling from Mexico, and I have no problem with that because Psycho Clown is huge in Mexico. L.A. Park's
love
a
Psycho
legend,
Clown.
And I love the fact he still included Chris Jericho on his list. Like you, though, I was drawn to Cody Rhodes, who, by the way, I love me.
We love Cody Rhodes.
But we're against the grain. He is not getting cheered right now.
Maybe he meant top babyface with Dave and AJ.
But you know what? I'm gonna put a spin on this. Maybe what Pants means here is maybe he means, despite the fact those assholes are booing him, this man is the epitome of what a true babyface should be.
Yeah,
so
surprised we don't still get John Cena.
I do think Cody might be the modern John Cena. We'll talk about that later. Daniel Crummett, this asshole, he wrote down Danhausen 5 times. To be fair,
once again,
I like me some Danhausen.
Once again, good job pandering to the host because we both love Danhausen, who, by the way, just broke his leg, and best wishes to him. I hope he's healing up quickly.
Steve Draversky wrote, and this is where you will need that pin ready, CM Punk, Hangman Page, Bryan Danielson, Big E, and Finn Balor.
Oh, I gotta write Finn's name down. I'm gonna be honest with you, with the amount that the WWE's buried him, I was afraid we might not hear Finn. I'm surprised he wasn't released yesterday.
Chris Zauha, former guest of the show.
Oh, we know Chris Zauha. This guy's gonna bring the thunder. Here we go.
I'm glad you wrote that because he wrote that his favorite Transformer was Jazz. I believe because the way this was shown to me in pictures, there's gonna be a real list coming up from Chris. So we'll get back to Chris. Chuck Guttner. He came in with a list. Here we go.
That might be Gutner.
Gutner. Yeah, Chuck Gutner. He's got Norman the Lunatic, Doink the Clown.
Do they still work?
Dink the Clown, PN News, and
first of all, that man is not a babyface. PN News is a heel with us.
There's one more guy you're really going to love. I can't believe he made anybody's list. Maniac Mike Davis.
Dude, the man used to wear mixed match shoes.
Oh yeah, the socks and everything.
By the way, before he was Maniac Mike Davis, he was part of the tag team, the Rock and Roll
RPMs. Yeah,
that's a hell of a tag team.
Jason Miller's got CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Psycho Clown, who's actually got a few votes here.
He's on 2. PC is gonna be Psycho Clown because he's tied for the lead right now.
Dragunov and Okada.
Dude, I love the Dragunov, and I don't think Okada is going to get enough votes, but if you go to Japan, Okada is by far one of the top baby faces ever.
SMC Metcalf, he has more of a statement. There hasn't been a top babyface since John Cena, as painful as that is to say. Apart from Brock, Reigns is the box office attraction, but he's in that lame, cool heel category. CM Punk gets cheers, but that's per numbers, doesn't really move the needle in the way that top baby faces should. So he's challenging top baby faces.
Doesn't move the needle.
That's what he's saying.
I'm pretty sure if you look at the views when he's on there, it moves the needle.
Well,
not in a way that like Scott Steiner moved his needle.
Oh. Now Zauha is back. He wrote just
What
kidding.
about also Papa Smurf?
But Zalha's got a real list. Brock, Big E.
Hey, whoa, I gotta add Brock to this.
We'll see.
Well, he's got 2 votes now. He's tied for the lead.
Well, we got Big E. We got Darby. Adam Page. Bryan Danielson.
So in case you're wondering right now, Bryan Danielson, Cowboy Page, and Big E are all tied for the lead.
Albert Bettis. He's
not on the list.
He's he's not, but he's got a list for us. He's got CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Brock Lesnar, who is making another list.
Brock's keeping up there.
John Cena and Big E.
So Big E and Bryan Danielson are continuing to be tied. Brock now tied for second with Punk and Page.
I'm glad you said that because Ryan Damon has a list, and it's Big E, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Braun Breaker, and Darby Allin.
I'm not sure that Braun Breaker has quite the following yet.
Chris Spiker's got Bryan Danielson, Big E, Danhausen, Hangman Page.
Well, wait a minute. With the 5 votes that Danhausen got from the one person,
no,
and this vote, that puts Danhausen tied for the lead at 6.
No chance. James Castillo, he's got Finn Balor.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who did he say after Danhausen?
Oh, Adam Page. He also had Chris Zalha, but I'm just no.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, Chris. Well, Zalha's got 2 now.
He does have 2. James Castillo. Now he was next. He's got Finn Balor, Matt Riddle, Bryan Danielson, Big E, and CM Punk. This is by Cal Hawks. He's got Hangman Page, Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Big E, and Darby Allin.
All right. So your current leaders are Daniel Bryan and Big E. They are tied at 8. Big E's really bringing it home right now. I'm a little surprised by this. Punk has actually moved into second place with 6. And Cowboy Page is with 5. So
we're gonna
Darby
take
and Brock with 3.
I got a list from former guest of the show, Pat Oates. Pat Oates, comedian. Pat, you might want to get your pen ready, AJ. He's got CM Punk, Big E, Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, Sting, and Braun Breaker.
Mike Flynn, I assume Mrs. Flynn's favorite baby boy. I don't know.
I think he is too.
She might like other baby boys better.
We don't know. We're not keeping score on his.
Big E.
Yep.
Orange Cassidy finally making a list. Bianca Belair and Jungle Boy finally actually getting a vote. So we're going to disagree on one here.
We're talking about this, and she'll get a couple more votes. Bianca Belair, I think she really connects with an audience, especially little girls.
I think she does.
African American girls, especially too. They love her. They connect. You don't think she connects as much, though?
I just don't think she belongs in a list of top 5 baby faces. I think that she's definitely over with the audience, but to put her over some of these other wrestlers and the reaction that she gets, I don't even think she's the most over female. She might be the most over female in the WWE.
I was going to ask you that.
Except for one problem. I think that Alexa Bliss's character actually gets over huge with the WWE audience, even though they don't seem to want to use her at all.
That being said, too, it's really kind of weird, right? Because the next over babyface female, if you're not counting Bliss, who's away right now, is probably Becky in WWE.
Becky's not away.
No. I'm saying when Bliss is away.
I mean, her or Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha. Yeah, Sasha's a babyface again, I think.
Liv Morgan actually gets over incredibly also.
She's really over. We're not doing
even though they don't seem to want to use her either. And that's just WWE. But I don't think any of them are as over as Britt Baker.
That's the damn thing, though, because Britt's a heel, but she is getting such a huge babyface response, right?
Yeah. And like I said, it's nothing against Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is definitely over. Yeah. I just don't think she belongs in a top 5 list. That's me.
Well, no problem there. Agree to disagree a little bit, but I think the jury's still out. I think, actually, if you had asked me this after Mania, I think it was clear she was. I think she's lost a little steam.
Keep in mind that she is also still technically, I believe, in her rookie year.
Oh,
so don't get me wrong. She's got absolutely every bit of potential.
We got Mike Caldwell. He's got Bryan Danielson, Big E, CM Punk, Hangman Page, Darby Allin. I got to tell you, AJ, I am glad you decided to write Darby Allin down there. He is getting some votes here.
Big E's actually taking the lead.
Caldwell also added this. Note, WWE has a severe shortage of babyface top guys.
Yeah, they have basically 2. And I'm not even sure if Drew is actually a babyface anymore.
Yeah, Drew not making any list so far. I know he's coming up, though.
I've got Jesse from New Hampshire. He was able to get some Wi-Fi up there in the woods. We've got CM Punk, Jungle Boy, Danhausen, now with his 7th vote. Jesus. Adam Page, and Darby Allin once again.
Darby Allin getting some votes. Did he have a
is Danhausen getting more votes than you thought he was going to get?
Does Jesse have a Jake rule in there?
He does. Bryan Danielson, but I don't count that. You put him in as the 6th one, that vote doesn't go in there.
Well, Danhausen ain't getting the 5 votes either. That one jack off.
What? I can't. It's a top 5. I can't give a vote for number 6.
That's fine, but that jack off's not getting to put Dan. And Tony D'Angelo.
He put him in every 5 spot. It's within the 5.
No, all I need is like 2 ass clowns to put Danhausen in 5 times each, and he's winning this. Not a chance. All right, I got.
But legitimately, Danhausen has 3 votes, which I think is more votes than you. That ties him with Brock right now.
Insane.
He's ahead of Jungle Boy.
All right, the only phenomenal wrestling group has got back to me. They have Jamoris Moss Warren. He's got Big E, Bianca Belair, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Ed.
So Big E now starting to take a bigger lead. He's up 12-10.
I'm going to throw another list out there.
Brian.
I'm going to throw one more list out before you. You're only going to need your pen one time for this. We got Matt Riddle, Nakamura, Kofi Kingston, and CM Punk.
Punk now into double digits. He's actually come back. He's actually tied Bryan Danielson now.
Okay. So we got a race going on here.
I have somebody who apparently cannot count, Randy Osga.
He gave us like 7, I think.
Yeah, he gave us 7. So I'm cutting off the last 2. Sorry, Randy. We're following rules here, buddy. We got Josh Alexander. This one popped me a little bit. Friend of the show, John Silver.
Yeah.
We've got Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
Alex Hammerstone. Finally, another vote for Orange Cassidy. And the 2 that don't count are Nick Gage and Chris Jericho.
Okay. Randy gave some different names. I appreciate that, though.
Josh Alexander, Orange Cassidy, and Chris Jericho, if we counted Chris Jericho, would be the only ones who Alex Hammerstone could fall in there. He is close to being the top. He might be the top babyface in MLW.
I got Marcus Bernoullis. He's got Hangman Page, CM Punk, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, and John Silver. Absolutely.
So Darby Allin actually is starting to make a move up there, too. He's up to 6.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with this group, but Shamarcus, Keyshawn Ross. We got Matt Riddle, Nakamura, Bianca Belair, Big E, and Hangman Page. Tyler Jutt. He's got CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Drew McIntyre, Edge, and Hangman Page.
Page, Danielson, and Punk all have 12.
Yeah.
Big E has 13.
Okay. Oh, the race is heating up, man. Who you got?
So I've got Scott. He's got Hangman Page. He's got Little Kazoo, Effie, Bryan Danielson, and then he's got 2 that popped me. First, he's got Armed Iron Anderson.
Yes.
And then he's got, as an honorable mention, which obviously won't count, anyone who wrestles against Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. So he's definitely what we were talking about last with that first list we got.
But the Armed Iron Anderson, to me, 5 votes.
I got Jacob Wentworth. Finally, a name I can announce in this group. And no offense to anyone else. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if your name is really, really, really white, Dave can say
I got you. I got you all day. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a racist. I'm just really dumb. Jacob Wentworth. He's got Okada, Moxley, Tanahashi, Hangman, and Jericho.
Wait a minute. Hangman Page on that one actually just took the lead. Jake St. John, he gave us one hell of a list. Tanahashi making another list, which is fair because he might be the biggest babyface in all of Japan.
Thanks for reminding me. We actually have another list I forgot about too, but go ahead. So many lists this week, guys. You kill them.
We've got Big E. So Biggie, can't you see you've made the list and history? We've got Hangman Page, CM Punk, and Jungle Boy finally almost catching up to Bianca Belair.
Kristen from New York. He's got Tanahashi, and I think he misunderstood me. We're going to keep some of his names in here. Cena, Stone Cold, Bryan Danielson, and Becky. So really the only one you got to write down is Bryan.
Yes.
Stone Cold and Cena are baby faces, but I don't know about top current baby faces for Stone Cold.
I mean, he will probably be at WrestleMania since it's in his hometown.
I got Mike Nutty Boy 20 on Twitter. He's got, get ready for this, AJ.
I'm ready.
Big E, Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
Hangman Page, Damian Priest, and Bryan Danielson.
So I'm just going to update you real quick. CM Punk is still at 13. He hasn't gotten any more votes. But Daniel Bryan and Big E are both at 15 now. Hangman Page now is at 16.
My goodness.
So Hangman Page has taken the lead.
I got Daniel Legisi.
Easy for you to say.
Hangman Page, Darby.
Yep.
Jungle Boy, CM Punk, and Eddie Kingston. Surprised you didn't get more Eddie Kingston votes.
That's the first one.
Yeah. Hashtag, what do you call it, podcast? Oh, okay. At BlueMania89. He's got Bryan Danielson, Big E, Jungle Boy, Hangman Page, and Edge.
Edge has made a bit of a comeback. He's now on 6 lists. He's Mrs. St. John's favorite baby boy. Has brought to us Bryan Danielson, Big E, Hangman Page, Jungle Boy, and Punk. He also gave an honorable mention to Edge, but that won't count because that's number 6.
Top over baby faces. God, man, guys. It's funny. I was so busy with this. It didn't have a lot of time, but I'm gonna do it up here on the spot because to me, a lot of these are obvious. Like Hangman Page is on the motherfucking list. So AJ, you could write Hangman Page down all damn day. How do you not put CM Punk and Bryan Danielson on that list? I think they're getting the biggest responses. They have to be included. I don't want to give just strictly an all AEW list. It's tough, man. I don't feel like there's a lot of people getting over huge as baby faces in WWE right now. It might not. You know what? As much as I want, I do love this guy. I'm gonna say it. I like Big E. I think it's Edge. I'm gonna give it to Edge. I think Edge actually is getting.
So I'm gonna tell you something funny in a minute.
But. Okay, so we got Punk, Danielson, Edge, and Hangman. And for my last one, I'm gonna be crazy. I know she's not a babyface, but no one else put her down, so fuck it. She's getting babyface responses. Britt Baker.
I've got CM Punk.
Yep.
Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
Hangman Page.
Yep.
Jungle Boy.
Okay.
And Britt Baker. Okay. So I did go all AEW.
You did.
Because I think their reactions are bigger.
They do get
than what Big E's getting right now.
They get great reactions. I'm
not knocking Big E. I think Big E's getting a great reaction.
It's just the AEW crowds feel like a big party.
Yes.
Yeah, and as much as like people like to make a big deal out of ratings, AEW's audience is really right there with WWE, I think, in terms of arena business.
So let me give you some totals here, and one of them's going to be a funny story. Hangman Page has got 20. He's in your top spot.
Okay.
You've got Daniel Bryan, who's got 18. Okay. Now, if you had voted for Big E, he would have tied Daniel Bryan for second. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't. So he tied CM Punk for number 3 at 17.
Okay. Now, I, like you, based off of that list, I have no problem making this an all AEW list too. When you're talking about those names,
to me, it has to be. I love Big E. Big E out of the WWE right now, I think is the top babyface.
I do. I agree.
I just don't think he's the top babyface in wrestling.
And as Mike Caldwell, former guest of the show, pointed out, note WWE shortage of top baby faces.
Exactly. Right so to me, being the top baby face when there's no baby faces in your promotion kind of also takes a little bit away from your baby face.
And if you look at some of our audience, probably a little heavier WWE audience. That's why you probably got names like Belair, a little more and stuff too, because those names are over in WWE right now.
Well, I'll be honest with you. The other 2 guys who I think could get over that big as baby faces will never be allowed to in the WWE while Vince McMahon is in charge. I think it's Finn Balor, and to me, a guy who didn't make anyone's list, Kevin Owens, when they let him be a babyface, can be a top babyface.
CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Hangman Page.
So
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, CM Punk, and this is my opinion, CM Punk got over. He is over. He'll always be over.
I agree.
But I think he's doing the right thing. He's kind of taking his foot off the gas on purpose and letting other people drive the ship right now.
Yep.
And I think that is what keeps him from being the top babyface. It doesn't mean he couldn't be the top babyface.
Okay.
I just don't feel like he is that top babyface.
See, I was going to put him in number 2, but I was going back and forth for that because to me,
well, we're going to agree, actually, and this is something we don't always do.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, to me, is eventually going heel.
I agree with that. And I just think that Danielson is not quite getting
Bryan Danielson.
I think he's dude. Trust me, we finally got used to Daniel Bryan. But yeah, I think with Bryan Danielson, I think the thing is, I don't think he's getting quite the same responses as Punk is.
No, I don't think he gets the same initial. I think when he wrestles, his wrestling is getting that response.
Yes,
but it's his wrestling, and I actually like his personality.
Oh, for what it's worth, Bryan Danielson is my favorite wrestler out of all these three guys. I love Bryan Danielson,
and that's saying something. And that's saying something because we love all three of them.
We do.
This is like picking your favorite child, and unless you're the St. John parents, this is not an easy choice.
So I think we're a little disagreed on 2 and 3, but we're almost there. But we know who
we can agree on number 1.
Yeah, and it's not because he's my favorite.
Well, it's also not because he got the most votes. Because even if he got like 6 less votes than this, I still would have put him there.
Oh my God! I mean, I don't know how you deny that reaction. That reaction is just so over. If you take bias
first of all,
out of it, he is the most over guy.
During the match last night the night before with Kenny Omega and with freaking Alan Angels, they were chanting cowboy shit before the match even ended.
I want to take you back even before Philadelphia when he came back, when the Dark Order took on the Elite, not the Super Elite yet. It was the Elite. And it was that basketball NBA style. The Elite came out and they did that whole. Everyone in the Dark Order came out to the Hangman's music and they did the background. That fucking crowd was electric. I've never seen anything like it. Philadelphia.
To me, you have to put the belt on him.
Yeah, Chicago, Philadelphia.
At least give the kid a chance.
When he came back in Philly, I bet you in Minnesota, West Virginia, when they get that, oh my God, this guy is just huge.
I'll be honest with you. I think they're going to put the belt on him. I think Miro might actually now win the tournament.
I agree.
Take out Hangman Page, and then that sets him up with Daniel Bryan.